Turns out the statistic here might actually be correct. It's usually someone that you know. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. We've talked about Lina Khil here on this channel for a while, but there's really never been a lot of updates that we could really do a lot with. It's always just been this horrible story of this family who came over here from Afghanistan area because he wanted to save his family from what was happening over there. He was scared for their lives. It's him and his wife and his little daughter, Lina, and they go to San Antonio, Texas, and they are living in an apartment complex among people like them, Afghan refugees who came here for safety. They are here working with organizations, foundations. It's a community. The mother, who's pregnant at the time, leaves Lina in the park of the playground of the apartment complex playing with other children, and there's other adults there as well, which a lot of people have issues with, which is why she's been out of the camera this entire time. We've never seen her. I don't remember ever seeing her ever. It's always the dad. But she literally turned around to get a couple bottles of water, is the story, from the apartment, and she came back and Lina was gone. Now, of course, you should never leave your child alone, literally ever, but to their, I guess, defense, culturally, as crazy as it sounds, it's normal to feel as if your child is safe in that environment because of the environment. This is how it was over there. This is how it feels like it should be there because it's all their own people, if that makes sense. Obviously, we know better, but they really didn't. They came over here with people that were like-minded, wanting safety and community and not to be fearing for their lives. So to them, it was okay. It turns out it wasn't, but to them, that was the cultural way that they just did things. Now, the sketchiest part of all of this, besides there being literally nothing to lead anybody anywhere, not even the direction in which she actually left and whom, if anyone, she actually left with, there is 18 minutes of security footage for the apartment complex missing, and it is the exact time frame that she went missing. So the cameras were either stopped for a reason in order to not capture something, or they captured something and somebody went in and specifically deleted and took away what it did capture. One of the two. We haven't gotten a single answer on that one yet either. But we do have a small amount of footage. It was from somebody else's Ring Cam. And again, I think it was somebody that recorded it off of their phone. A few months ago, there was a really, really big search in the medical district area of San Antonio. If you guys have been following along with the Savannah Soto, Michael Guerra, and the baby Fabian case, it's around the exact same area that happened, which is also pretty close to the apartment complex. They brought machines, dogs, all the things, the feds, the SWAT. There was like, I mean, maybe not the SWAT, but there was all kinds of people there. And it went on for like a couple of days. And then it really just didn't bring up anything. We thought maybe they found something because they did bring the canines in, but they didn't report finding anything. After watching this recap video that's been going around the news stations here over the past week or so, I'm still not really quite understanding what the inmate that gave them that, if that's the same person who also gave them this other information.
Earlier this year, Fox SA and Project Absentees was contacted by a person who claims to have reached out to authorities about seeing Lina with two men by the apartment right about the time she disappeared. After not hearing back from law enforcement, that person agreed to meet with Lois Gibson, a renowned forensic artist. Are those people whom you recognize?
When I saw the picture, so I don't know the African who is that. But Afghan, I don't believe that if someone is, he can do that.
Through his interpreter, Lawang Rias tells us that although they know the Afghan man in the sketch, they do not believe he could be involved.
See, so now there's apparently an African man and an Afghan man. They don't recognize the African man, but they do recognize the Afghan man, but they think that he's not involved. So that's as far as it goes. We don't know who the guy is. We don't know if he still lives in that area. We don't know how they know him. It was just very, yeah, we recognize him, but I don't believe it. There's no way that he's involved. So there's that. But then we also have this really strange thing that happened. And this is a topic that I feel I'm going to have to carry over to my second channel because this gets very, very political. I am going to end up reading an article about how Othram Incorporated, who is also involved in the Idaho 4 case, or was supposed to be involved in the Idaho 4 case before the Fed snatched all the work away from them real quick. I am going to end up bringing an article to you guys about how Othram is the one who did the IGG work to find the person who murdered Rachel Morin. But other than that, we're going to talk about the person who was arrested and how they got here and the problems when it comes to cases like Rachel's and Lake and Riley's. And we're going to bring all that over to my second channel. But we are going to talk about that portion here. This in the Lina Khil case, I feel like is extremely important. So I'm just going to play this part for you.
So when we saw that picture on the social media, it was a 100% copy of their child.
The operator finally tells them that she does not see a child by the name of Lina Khil in their data of unaccompanied children. Rias looked at the interpreter with a look of disbelief. How would his 4-year-old daughter, who only speaks Pashto, be able to tell the Office of Refugee Resettlement her name and date of birth, so they can have that on a databank of unaccompanied children? At least 2 elected officials who attempted to help the family were told the child in this picture was in New York and in Florida, all at the same time.
How many children get lost every year in the United States that come over our borders? These are just the ones that we know we've lost. What about the ones that we don't even know existed in the first place? She was in 2 states at the exact same time. Of course she can't give them her name. She doesn't speak Spanish, and they probably think that she speaks Spanish. And if she doesn't speak Spanish, how is she supposed to talk to you? How many children does that actually fall under because of where all of these people are actually coming from these days and how they're getting here? It's not just about like the illegal migration issue and the problems that it's causing in our cities and our safety. It's also about the children that are getting lost. And who knows what is happening to them afterwards. That's really, really scary, considering how many children go missing in the United States alone that are actual citizens. How many children go missing in the world every year? Are people really just vanishing into thin air? How many of these people are actually found? What's the percentage? How is this real life? But that's it, you guys. That's the updates. And I'm hoping that they do something else with this because they have people's faces, and I really hope they give us an update on if they did anything. I mean, if we don't hear anything, then maybe that means that the investigation's actually going somewhere. But if it's not, I hope that they tell us. I don't know why her story has stuck with me so much, but I look at her face and I can't deal with it. I completely just lose my shit because it just makes no sense. She's just like this innocent little doll. And someone took advantage of that and snatched her away from everything. And she's just out in the ether somewhere, hopefully. But that's it, you guys. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. See y'all.